Section 48 in County. We're on US 83/77, just north of the exit for Los Fresnos, Port Isabel, and South Padre Island. We're in the southbound lanes. I wanted to show you, here's our stripe for the advanced 500-foot maintenance control zone. You can see there our box for the traffic data collection. We're out here doing this section with our own traffic control beacon and flag because we had some complications yesterday. The state had quite a bit of flooding over the weekend in this area and didn't have traffic control, have any men available really to help us out. We've come out here fairly early in the morning to get this done. We were able to get everything done without too many interruptions. The traffic is now starting to pick up quite a bit, but when we were out here earlier doing the painting and so forth, we didn't have any problems. I'm going to go ahead and shut the camera down. We'll drive up to the actual test section itself, and I'll show you some of the distresses we have noted on that section. Here's the beginning of the test section. You can see we've got all our delineators up, got our sign off on the right-of-way there. Again, this is section 483729. You can see we did go ahead and touch up the markings. This section has primarily, with the exception of a few small spots of raveling, it's got problems with some longitudinal cracking down the wheel paths, and that's about it, just the outside wheel path. Go ahead and show you looking back. The traffic has definitely picked up quite a bit. You can see where there's a traffic monitoring station just immediately ahead of this section. I'm not sure why they did not elect to use that. If they didn't, there's our material sampling and field testing. The section also has some fairly significant rutting. Anywhere from 3/10 to as much, I think we recorded as 8/10 in places. And you can see the longitudinal cracking in the wheel paths. I'm going to walk through this fairly quickly. Here's some of the raveling that we have noted. You can see it just basically it's lost some of the aggregate on the surface there. There's no cracks that we could observe in the area to speak of. Just raveling of the surface. Some more of the longitudinal cracking in the outside wheel path. Some longitudinal cracking down the center of this stretch right here. Again, now this here, we did not record this, but this particular stretch right here is just a small spot where there's been some raveling. The cracking doesn't start till right here. At least I believe this is the area. I know in one spot we looked for a crack and couldn't find one. Here, obviously, there is a crack. But there was at least one spot where we could see raveling, but no signs of any cracks. Here you can see with the spot where we recorded 8/10, it's a pretty dramatic little dip in the road or rut. There's some more longitudinal cracking. Here's a spot where it looks like they did some sealing, but there was no crack evident. We looked, were unable to see any crack where the sealing was done. There does appear to be some cracking adjacent to that. Station 3, you can see where in places the shoulder is still fairly wet. This area does not appear to have gotten quite as much rain as they did just north of us. About 10 miles north of us, there's some fairly severe flooding. Again, the predominant distress here on section 483729 appears to be the fracking longitudinally in the outside lane. And you can see all the delineators are up. We have gone through and touched up the markings just to help remind the state where the markings should be placed. They've indicated that they will be coming back out to touch all these up. This then is the end of the section. We'll come back through over the section. Really not a lot of distress. We're in the southbound lanes of US 83/77 in Cameron County. That's in South Texas, down by Harlingen, just north of the exit for South Padre Island, FM 1421 and State Highway 100. And that concludes the video for section 483729.